Hello, guys and gals, and welcome. So we got patch notes coming up on August 20th, which is only about 4 days away. It's actually a much bigger patch than any of the little hot fixes that have come out, so I decided to make a video on it. So let's go ahead and talk about patch 1.5.1, or build number 56948, all platforms. Um, Game updates, Infernal Hordes. The spoils of Gold Chest is now reusable. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I guess maybe they might have put a cap on the amount that you can get per. Probably had a bunch of people complaining. I would bet they accidentally clicked on the gold chest, right? And then, like, wasted all their stuff, which I've actually heard happen a couple times. The sound effects that play when picking up Burning Aether have been updated to be more prominent. The following infernal offerings have been updated to increase their rewards. Exalted Elite Burning Aether amount increased from 1 to 2. Surging Elites Burning Aether amount increased from 1 to 2. Unstoppable Elite Burning Aether amount increased from 1 to 2. The Burning Rain End of Wave Burning Aether increased from 1 to 3 to 3 to 9. Interesting. That's actually one of the really good ones because of the it'll spawn Hellborn if you can get that one. User interface and user experience. Trade chat is now separated by world tier. Interesting. Players will now be notified when there is a new patch update available. Party leaders can now promote another party member to be the new leader. Newly created characters are now always placed at the top of the character list. Clan name can now be changed. Miscellaneous, all players will receive a cache of legendary items with guaranteed greater affixes to make up for the issue seen with patch 1.50, where players were not getting items with guaranteed greater affixes from multiple sources. The Alchemist's Control Tempering affix for Rogue has been re-enabled with the following adjustments. The Flurry Size affix has been removed from Rogue Innovation and put into the Alchemist Control. The Ranks of Tricks attacks affix has been removed from the Alchemist Control. Extra visual effects have been added to the projectile trail for corpse bows to make it easier to track the projectile's origin. Bug fixes. Accessibility. Fixed an issue where non-functional setting for read on hover was present. Fixed an issue where the screen reader announced Roman numerals as letters. User interface and user experience. Fixed an issue where character stats were inaccurate in town when certain items were equipped. That's always been the case. Fixed an issue where the tooltip for Infernal Compasses has 2 instances of compass affixes. Fixed an issue where the name for Echo of Varshan displayed as Tormented Echo of Varshan. Fixed an issue where an error could display when comparing ancestral mythic equipment. I've actually seen that error. It says something along the lines of like mythic unique effect missing, and then shows some sort of weird error code. I've actually seen it before. Fixed an issue where Whisper icon for defeating the Blood Maiden overlapped the icon for the accursed ritual on the map. Fixed an issue where the icons for Infernal Offerings were inconsistent between the minimap and the world map within the Infernal Hordes. Fixed an issue where Treasure Goblins and HellTide could leave behind a portal indefinitely. Ooh, we'll get to the. Or we're gonna get to the greed, the land of the greed with the Greed King. Fixed an issue where the visual effect for poison could remain indefinitely on enemy corpses if they were killed while poisoned. Fixed an issue where thorns granted by the Thorns while fortified tempering affix did not display in the character stats. Fixed an issue where players using the controller could be sent to the equipment inventory tab while using the Abyssal Scroll. Fixed an issue where the minimap was not accurate in certain Infernal Hell Hordes instances. Gameplay, Infernal Hordes. Fixed an issue where Hellborn did not spawn as frequently as intended when the Hellfire Infernal Offering was active. Fixed an issue where the Stalking Devil Infernal Offering pedestal could appear again after being interacted with. Fixed an issue where the Withered Wandered Infernal Offering reduction to all resistance did not actually reduce resistance. Fixed an issue where Treasure Goblins spawned during Infernal Hordes. I never saw that happen once. Encounter could be indefinitely unkillable, preventing wave progression. Fixed an issue in local co-op play where one player could collect the other player's burning aether after that player died. Finders keepers. What? Quest dungeons. That might explain why we were having issues where sometimes you would have the players like with different aether amounts. That seems kind of interesting. Quests and dungeons. Fixed an issue where the player could respawn on the other side of the objective while protecting Lochran during The To the Edge Abyssa quest. Fixed an issue where monsters could endlessly spawn during the Seething Mountain quest. Fixed an issue where Estelle Tornado encounter during the Rising Hills quest could persist indefinitely. Fixed an issue where the progressions of the Sins of the Willing quest could be blocked if the player died during the ritual. Fixed an issue where the second Spider Caller monster in Sirocco Caverns could fail to spawn, preventing progression. Fixed an issue where Storm's Bane's Wraith didn't deal damage, not so wrathful after all. Fixed an issue where the aspect of the inevitable fate could appear on chest armor through the seasonal questline reward. General. Fixed an issue where the Tormented Echo version of the Beast in the Ice dropped the same amount of pincushion dolls as the normal version. Nice. Fixed an issue where the visual effects for Death Trap and Concealment were not properly visible for other players. Fixed an issue where higher ranks of Firewall did not have the blue flame effects. Fixed an issue where Dungeon Whispers did not appear in the Scourging Sands zone. Fixed an issue where multiple Shade Totems could be spawned by swapping weapons when using the Umbracrux. Fixed an issue where Baneful Hearts could be lost when using the Accursed Altars after HellTide ended. Fixed an issue where a small number of affixes couldn't roll as greater affix, such as Blood Orbs Restore Essence on Blood Artisan's Curios. Fixed an issue where the player could get stuck when interacting with the World Tier statue in Kyovashad using a town portal at the same time. Fixed an issue where the Leave Dungeon ability couldn't be used to leave cellars. Fixed an issue where the Echo of Lilith sometimes couldn't be staggered during the first phase of the encounter. We had that happen. Me and Leon, we were testing it. We had her, like, literally the stagger bar went completely full and she just ignored the stagger and we couldn't kill her. She was, like, bugged out or something. It was crazy. We had to just, like, die and reset it. Fixed an issue where Echo of Lilith would not progress to the second stage of the encounter in certain circumstances. Fixed an issue where Summoned Lightning Spear would not consume stacks of crackling energy or grant the damage increase bonus. Interesting. Fixed an issue where certain affixes were not affected by masterworking for the following unique items: the Oculus, Blue Rose, and Storm's Companion. Okay, so Storm's Companion, Blue Rose, and Oculus had certain affixes that were not being masterworked. Fixed an issue where the player couldn't interact with various objects. Fixed an issue where Bloodhowl did not grant stealth when Waxing Gibbous was equipped. Milanish fixed an issue where corpses of Duriel and Grigore did not despawn soon after dying. Various UI and visual stability and performance improvements. I mean, there's a lot of fixes in here. They also threw out some little hot fixes that were probably going to get addressed in this as well. It seems like they're trying to rebalance, obviously, the Infernal Horde so that some of the other options look decent, which is interesting. Obviously, they're also working on, just trying to make up for the fact that the guaranteed greater affix chests weren't giving us anything. There was, like, basically a bunch of things that were supposed to guarantee greater affix chests, and they just kind of, like, failed horribly on that. So I can understand why they're giving us a couple caches to make up for it. The Flurry Size affix basically got moved into the Alchemist control, and then they took away trick attacks. So they're kind of like changing the category to make it either easier or harder. I'm not really sure which one. And since they disabled it, I would assume harder to add onto your character. A lot of these are just like generally good bug fixes, like nothing too crazy. I mean, I never had the Treasure Goblin happen, but I did have a bunch of these things happen to me specifically. This one is a little concerning with the, like, certain unique items not getting the masterworking effect. That's really weird. Especially since I was planning on doing literally 2 of these builds, or actually 3 of these. But I was actually going to do all of these builds. I was planning on doing like a full Companion Druid. I was planning on doing a full Ice Spike Sorceress, and I was even thinking about doing the like Oculus Isidoros for fun. A lot of stuff going on with the Infernal Hells too, just like tons of Infernal Hell fixes. No real, like, adjustments to the characters for the most part. No nerfs. There's even a small buff in here to the Lightning Spear Sorceress, which is kind of odd because the Lightning Spear Sorceress is probably one of the most OP this season. But it says fixed an issue where Summoned Lightning Spear would not consume stacks of crackling energy or grant the damage bonus increase. So that means now it's going to consume the stacks of crackling energy and it's going to grant you the damage bonus increase now like it was supposed to, which sounds like a buff to me because it was a damage increase that it wasn't getting. This thing with the shade totems sounds janky as all get out. Swapping weapons is not exactly easy unless you got some sort of macro to do it. So apparently people were like de-equipping and re-equipping the Umbacrux to get multiple shade totems just so they could dish out damage faster, I guess. Seems like a lot of work. A lot of fixes to Echo of Lilith. Like this. Echo of Lilith has been and literally has continued to be and probably will continue to be for the future the most buggy boss that I've ever fought. I mean, yes, she's killable, but she is so buggy, and she has never stopped being buggy. And I feel like 9 times out of 10, you go in there and try and kill her, and she bugs out in some way, and you have to like just die and then restart the fight and hope that she doesn't bug out the next time. Like it's just really stupid. I'm glad that they're fixing her, and I hope one day, maybe like freaking 5 years from now, she'll actually be a decent fight that people will look forward to. But today is not that day. I think that's pretty much it. This one doesn't come till August 20th. I mean, it's a nice little just general patch. Nothing too crazy in here. Definitely some nice fixes across the board. Hopefully these changes to the Aether rewards are going to be pretty nice. I think this one right here with the Burning Rain is probably going to be one of the best because it leads into the Hellborn, and the Hellborn are obviously one of the best things you can get. On top of that, they also have a note in here that says that there was something wrong with the Hellborn where they weren't spawning properly. So like it says fixed an issue where the Hellborn did not spawn as frequently as intended when the Hellfire internal offering was active. So like that means that more Hellborn are going to be spawning now than before. So more Hellborn are going to be spawning now than before, and they also beefed up the like one of the main ones that spawns Hellborn. So yeah, should be looking pretty hot there for the Hellborn rewards. And if you guys just to like go over briefly, if you guys haven't figured out like the Infernal Hordes and like the best loop for the Infernal Hordes, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty much just you're looking at trying to increase the speed at which they spawn, which is the 50% faster waves. You're also looking for basically all the Hellborn bonuses. And I mean, there's some other interesting things that you can get, but you kind of want to avoid the Soul Spires because they kind of suck. I mean, they're okay to kill, but like you don't want to choose any of the Soul Spire bonuses because it leads into more Soul Spire bonuses and more Soul Spires in general. So you kind of want to just like avoid that. The Aether Lords aren't really all that amazing either, and the masses aren't really all that amazing. It's really like just a game of trying to cause each event to happen as quickly as possible. The double elites is pretty good because the double elites leads into faster events. The 50% faster events leads into faster events. And then the Hellborn seem to give the best in terms of events because you get so many Hellborn and there's so many ways to get Hellborn. So as long as you're activating the events as fast as you possibly can, the Hellborn just really kind of lead into an excessively large number of Aether. And then you can have a lot of fun spending all your Aether at the end for rewards. But I guess we'll have to see how these other ones stack up at the end. I have a feeling, looking at it right now, though, that the Hellborn are probably still going to be the best path, but we'll see. This is only 3 days away from Diablo 2 Resurrected launch, too, by the way. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when we're just going over the patch notes really quickly. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, and keep watching.